I found squirrel babies crying in my backyard. And after watching another baby getting attacked by a big squirrel, I quickly realized that mama squirrel was not around, and it was up to me to basically take care of this hopeless squirrel. My name is Kat, and this is Bonnie's story for GeoBeats. When I rescued Bonnie, she was about 4 to 5 weeks old based on the description of how they developed. I was going to Outer Banks with my husband, and so I had to pack her up and take her to the beach. It's demanding to take care of little babies like this because of the frequent feedings and making sure nothing was, I had 3 dogs at the time, so they were very curious, and I want to make sure she's okay and safe.
Nobody's gonna hurt you.
Now, Miss Bonnie is almost 4 years old. I built her a house, and afterwards I purchased professionally built little huts, squirrel huts, and I put them like right on the trees here in my backyard. That's where she sleeps now. She had babies there. And there's a squirrel in my house now, but that's not Bonnie. I left the door open in case she wanted to come. That's her son. I always knew from the very beginning that I will not be keeping a squirrel unless she really wants to stay. And you hear people saying, oh, I tried to release them, but they come back all the time, blah, blah, blah. She clearly wanted to go and explore. So I opened the door and I said, I guess this is it. Here you go. So she left, and I was following her around the yard until she went to the neighbors. And it was a tough day for me. I admit I was crying, and I was like, oh my goodness, my baby. The first night I was calling her name. She didn't come back. And I was like, okay, that's it. But the next morning, she was back on the porch, had breakfast, and basically she did that for the next probably month or so, where she would just go explore during the day, but come back at night and sleep in the house or on the porch.
You're sliding off. Be careful. Be careful.
And since then, she built probably, I would say, easily 20 nests, because they get destroyed or whatever happens, they get blown away by the wind. Then figure out, hey, I can build her a better house that doesn't get blown away or doesn't get predators can get into it. So she has 3 houses now. At this point, I have, besides Bonnie, I have 3 other regular squirrels, her son and 2 of her daughters. It's funny because she's an amazing mom. She's very protective and she's so sweet. But once they're ready to be weaned off and be on their own, she lets them know and she will chase them away. Bonnie comes at least 2-3 times a day. The rainy days are my favorite because we have our routine. She comes to the porch where she grew up. Her bed is still there. And when it rains, she basically comes there to sleep and cuddles with mommy. So rainy days, I get nothing done. My husband knows it. Everybody knows it. That I'm off limits on rainy days because that's me and Bonnie time for sure.